Today, I will show you what is meant by a customs inspection and what tasks, obligations and costs can be associated with it.
EP Zollspedition is your full-service agency around customs. And now, zoll.tv with Philipp Ritterbusch.
What is a customs inspection? A customs inspection is the physical and haptic control of the declared goods by the customs officer. The inspection is the subject of a customs control and serves as a measure to verify the information and data of an accepted declaration. The inspection is carried out regarding the nature of the goods and its quantity. The measures, rights, and obligations associated with a customs inspection are very detailed, and I would like to go into the basic issues here. Why does a customs inspection take place? As a rule, a customs inspection is not carried out without a reason. If the data in the declaration is doubtful, incomplete, or shows inconsistencies, the customs inspection is one measure to eliminate these doubts. Often, it is only with the inspection that the details of the declaration can be thoroughly checked and confirmed. But not only doubts and discrepancies lead to a possible customs inspection. This is also carried out on a random basis, without any reason or due to the coincidence of risk data. This can be for certain goods from countries for which an import control is fundamentally important, not to mention tactical investigations by different authorities during risk defense. However, we will stick to the classic customs inspection to verify the data from the declaration. How do I know whether a customs inspection is to be carried out for goods in my declaration? Not in advance, but only upon arrival, i.e. upon presentation of the goods. There's a reason for this. It is possible to send a customs declaration to the customs office before the arrival of the goods. The customs office also checks this declaration in advance. However, the customs office regularly does not give the person involved any information about a possible inspection. This is also to avoid that this planned inspection does not lead to the goods being cleared by other means or via other procedures in order to avoid an inspection. As a rule, however, the customs instruction, the so-called inspection order, is transmitted electronically to the person involved via the IT procedure Atlas. Further instructions can be transmitted with the inspection order. For example, the request for the declared documents or the agreement with the customs office on the place and time of the inspection. What does the customs officer look for and why? The customs inspector usually checks the quality and quantity of the goods. The quality inspection is pronounced and carried out if the material used to produce the goods, the character-defining product property, or the purpose of use is not clearly traceable, and these have an influence on the correct determination of the customs tariff number. A possible discrepancy can have a significant impact on the amount of import duties to be paid, and this is of course checked by customs. A quantity check, on the other hand, is made when possible import duties are to be calculated according to a unit of quantity, for example, based on the net weight in net mass, the drained weight, or the volume in liters. This quantity check is not to be confused with the quantity check in case of discrepancy of the declared packages. As a rule, only a part of the goods is inspected, the so-called partial inspection. A full inspection is possible, but very rare. The order of a customs inspection is an instruction that must be implemented by the declarant of the goods. Here too, the declarant can be represented, for example, by the customs agent and/or the haulier. Here are the basic obligations of the declarant. First, the obligation to present the goods. The goods must be transported to the place of inspection, or it is agreed that the customs inspection will be carried out at the place of goods, like for example at the warehouse. At the place of examination, it must be ensured that all activities required for the inspection are carried out under the responsibility and at the expense of the declarant. The same applies to the taking of samples and specimens. Second, the obligation to tolerate samples. The customs inspection and the taking of samples by the customs authorities shall not entitle the declarant to compensation from the administration. Third, the obligation to provide information and evidence. All necessary information and documents, for example, the invoice, contract documents, transport documents, documents for payment transactions, must be made available to the customs authority on request. If essential characteristics of the goods cannot be clarified directly by the customs officer during the inspection, samples may also be taken. Who bears the costs of the custom inspection? The inspection itself is free of charge, and the customs administration also bears the costs for the analysis of samples. However, all ancillary costs associated with the inspection, such as the provision of the goods, transportation, and transfers to the inspection site or to the official site, as well as the opening of equipment or the unpacking of containers, are borne solely by the declarant. What happens after the customs inspection? The customs officers record the results of the customs inspection and record them in the customs report of the declaration. These results are decisive for the further clearance procedure from a possible rejection for import to a different assessment of import duties. If the customs inspection establishes that the data of the declaration are in conformity with the goods presented, i.e. they match, the goods are subsequently released for free circulation without any further action, and the customs clearance procedure is completed. What have we learned? A customs inspection is the physical inspection of the declared goods. An inspection is usually carried out with an inspection order from the customs office. The declarant is obliged to make the inspection possible. The costs of custom inspections and the goods analysis are borne by the customs administration. All costs for providing the goods are borne by the declarant. The result of the customs inspection is communicated to the declarant in the customs report.
Zoll.tv. You can find us on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter and Facebook. Contact us by email, Telegram or WhatsApp. All contact information can be found at zoll.tv/contact.